using metaphors to make the unfamiliar familiar. There will be times when we are given a task or a project to do and we suddenly find ourselves outside our comfort zone, because we have either never done it or experienced it before. In situations like these, people normally get anxious, confused and lose their sense of direction. When this happens, we usually lose confidence in what to do or where to start. If this sounds familiar, you need to be aware of the power of metaphors. What are metaphors? Metaphors make connections for us. They are powerful tools to help us relate to things and in the process, help us make sense of things that would otherwise appear very strange and foreign to us. In essence, a metaphor is seeing as, doing as, and feeling as. It is where we compare two very different things and say they are the same or very similar. Example 1. Little Tommy is a lean, mean fighting machine. Clearly Tom is not a fighting machine. And he is definitely not big or mean person, but his actions during the game gives us the impression he was unstoppable. Such a metaphor of comparing little Tommy to a lean, mean fighting machine gives us a powerful picture of what he was like. Example 2. Watching Jenny dance last night was like poetry in motion. Dancing and poetry have nothing in common, but if you've ever read beautiful poetry with all its rhymes and flows, you can begin to imagine how Jenny was dancing last night. Example 3. Jack responded like a pussycat. Now Jack is a grown man and a pussycat is something small and harmless. When we put these two images together, we begin to get a sense of how Jack reacted to something. Why is it important? Metaphors are powerful ways of making the unfamiliar familiar. They make things that appear distant and unknown, closer to what we know. Once we can juxtapose the familiar to the unfamiliar, we begin to see through our mind's eye that what originally appeared to be very different can in fact be very similar. Exercise: how to practice and apply it? Think of a really tough unsolved problem, issue or challenge you are currently dealing with or about to deal with. One that you have not had experience with before. Now think of a metaphor that will help you seeing as, doing as, or feeling as something you have experienced before. Make this connection and the unsolved challenge will not be so unfamiliar after all.